Hello, and welcome to the Gear Knob. I'm Alex, the Titicular Gear Knob, and today I'll be reviewing my new runabout, the Bertone X19 1986 model with the big, powerful 75 brake horsepower, 1.5 liter Fiat single head overcam engine. Anyway, let's just drive. So, to start off with the review today, now that I've gotten a little bit of exuberance out of my system, I thought I'd talk with what makes a great car versus what makes a great sports car. There's a big difference. See, a car is a vehicle that gets you from point A to point B. When you really look at it from that angle, the best cars in the world, realistically, are Grand Tours. They are cars that get you where you want to go, quickly, comfortably, and do put a smile on your face, because you can go quite quickly with them, and generally very, very fast. So if you're looking for a good car, don't get a sports car, get a Grand Tour. Why not get a sports car? See, sports cars, at the end of the day, have a very different goal than really any other kind of car on the market. And that is, they're not designed like supercars to break lap records. They're not designed like luxury cars to be comfortable. They're not designed like Grand Tours to drive long distances in. See, at the end of the day, a truly great sports car has one goal: put a smile on your face. And if that little clip of my earlier exuberance didn't convince you, this thing puts a smile on my face. Driving a car like this is a unique experience in today's day and age. Many times have I heard classic car aficionados and old school car fans talk about how certain things are missing from modern cars. I've never really prescribed to that idea, but there's certain elements that they've got a point. Power steering has become a necessity as cars have gotten bigger and heavier due to sound deadening, safety equipment, and all of that kind of thing. However, in a car like this that has a curb weight of less than 2,000 pounds, even pulling out of my driveway, I don't have a lot of problems turning the wheel. Now, I'm moderately physically strong, but it doesn't require you to be a bodybuilder like, an big old Chevy Nova with no power steering might have. The thing that does take a lot of getting used to is the lack of power brakes. Yeah, there's a ton of feel through that pedal, but it's almost like it's speaking in a heavy accent or a different language than what you're used to. With power brakes, you have a certain expectation of how much pressure you put in, how much stopping power you get out, and it's completely changed without the power pump adding to the hydraulic assistance. No ABS. A lot of people have experienced no ABS, but a lot haven't, especially my age group and younger. But it's unusual on a slick surface, dirt road, rainy. You got to be careful. You got to be on your toes, which is part of the fun of a car like this. You're never bored. So, other than that, the little learning curve, so to speak, of driving an old, out-of-date car, how does it hold up? Well, this was technically a badge-engineered car. It's based on the platform of a front-engine, front-wheel drive family runabout, the Fiat 128. Thing is, somebody at Fiat back in the 70s had this brilliant idea of cutting off the front end of this, family economy car, swapping it around, making that the rear of the car so they could turn it into a mid-engine rear drive car and building a new front. So it's kind of half an economy car chassis, half a bespoke chassis. It's fully independent suspension, McPherson struts all the way around, not the best independent layout, but it gets the job done better than live rear axles. And I really think that if Fiat took this chassis, put some modern safety equipment in it, some modern sound editing, and a modern engine, people wouldn't blink twice. It's not, where it matters in the drive, it's not that out of date. The brakes are really the only thing that feel so old. That in the interior, which I haven't mentioned because it's bloody awful. Just beige and plaid and premium tape deck. But that's not really what I care about in a sports car. Now, my all-time favorite car is the Alfa Romeo 4C, and its interior kind of sucks too. It has nice seats, but the interior kind of sucks. But this is, I think, why I love it so much, is because it harkens back to this day and age of motoring. There was a certain joyous feeling that you got in a car like this, and still do to this day. Yes, it's slow. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And as you're going to see very soon, it gets all Italian on me. So I had put this video together with multiple days worth of filming. And as we get into our next transition, right here, you'll see that it started raining on me when I had planned to go to one of the most beautiful roads I have ever been to, which is Route 9 up Hogback Mountain in Vermont. Stunning views. Well, started raining, so I had to get out and put the top up. And that sucked. Sorry about boring you with this, but just reminding you that, manual target tops do have their disadvantages. We've definitely come a long way with the fancy schmancy metal folding roofs and everything. Those are pretty awesome, even if they do add weight, which is the antithesis of performance and sometimes fun. But yeah, it was not fun. It was a random cloudburst. I could still see blue skies from where I was standing putting that roof up. But as you'll see in a minute, there were some nice parts of this journey as well. Back on the road, thundering up in the pouring rain with shitty windshield wipers and none over the camera because it's mounted on the hood. Up Vermont Route 9, you can catch a little view of some of the wonderful forests. And yeah, it's a really special feeling driving like this. Like I said, with no power brakes, and no ABS, no traction control, no stability control. It's thrilling. You're driving 25, 30 miles an hour, and you feel like a hero just staying on the road. How often is that? Maybe in a blizzard. This isn't a blizzard. It was a little rain shower. So I continue up, and then they're getting all Italian. My alternator decided to give out. And it was just a stark reminder of why these are project cars, why these are second cars. They're not daily drivers. My battery started discharging faster than the alternator could keep up with here. And momentarily, I had to pull over, as you'll see. So I could charge it up because it couldn't run the headlights and the windshield wipers at the same time. Yeah, that was a little sketchy. Windshield wipers flat up stopped on me as the lights were dying. So pulled over here, and after fiddling with things a little bit in the rain, I was able to get the car running again, but my camera died before I get it on. However, as you'll see in a second, this was the view where my alternator finally decided to kaput. How's that for a place to go all Italian on you? That's the great thing about having cars as a hobby. They take you places. Might be the middle of nowhere, on top of Green Mountain here, but it was gorgeous. And even with some drizzle still falling from the sky, it's hard to think of a better place to break down. So yeah, it was quite an adventure getting this video together. But it was a good learning experience too. I learned a lot about various different things, and now I'm editing them and doing the voiceovers. So yeah, I'll just let you gaze at this beautiful picture for a minute, and then we'll go back to me talking into the camera from the car. So, why did I spend $3,000 of my hard-earned dollars on a finicky, no power steering, no power brakes? Yeah, that's kind of nuts when you think about it. Italian Targa, instead of going with something like a Miata. Well, one is exclusivity. I like theater in my sports cars, and this gives theater. Miata doesn't sound bad, but this, I mean... Come on, listen to that Italian growl. Anyway, another part of it is character. See, a Miata is an excellent sports car. Honestly, I think that any generation of the Miata, you go out and buy one for any price from brand new, top spec, Club RF, all the way down to a ratty old NA. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna get those smiles that are so important to a good sports car. So, why go with something different? Like I said, character. You've got that engine note. It's mid-engine Italian. That just makes you feel special. A really great driver's car should feel special. A really great sports car, at the end of the day, should make you feel special. Now, it's true that special really is a subjective thing. Some people think Jeep Wrangler is a really special car. Some people think a Ford F-150 is a really special car. And that's fine. But if you're watching this video, chances are you're one of those people that feels that really good sports cars are what's special. And manufacturers have kind of understandably fallen into this trap. They've fallen into this idea that the only way to sell sport cars is to have the best numbers, the fastest to 60 in the quarter mile, the most G's in a turn. And that's all great when you're boasting at the bar, but at the end of the day, when are you going to hit these speeds? Maybe you live over in Europe and you can go to the Nürburgring anytime you want, spend your €30, drive a lap. Well, here in America, it can cost hundreds of dollars for one day at the track. And that really sucks. So why bother with a car that you're never going to be able to drive super quickly? Why bother with a car that you can't reach the limit of and you're constantly going to get frustrated? Well, you've got to find something that feels special to drive. And that's what cars like this do. They make us feel special.